everybody, my name is Old School Nerd, and you know what? I have loved this band since the first time I heard a single song from them from New Zealand, Alien Weaponry. Now, when I heard the name Alien Weaponry, I was thinking, okay, it's like Nanowar of Steel, right? No, no. This is one of the most culturally specific bands that whose name, if you don't know the story, you're kind of shocked when you read it, okay? This is a band that is deeply seated in the native New Zealand culture of Maori, okay? And they have videos, they have discussions, they have written work. There's so much content that they've made to explain the history, the rich culture, the ancestry, and the hopeful future of these passionate, amazing people from that specific point in the world. You've seen like the New Zealand rugby team when they do the haka, where they do the celebratory dance and the I guess you know what? I can't describe a haka without just saying it's a haka. And if you want to look it up, go look it up, because I can't explain it, because I'm going to ruin my explanation and dishonor it. That's how important it is. The entire culture is so in depth and ingrained. It's one of the few cultures in the world where the ancestral belief and the ancestral history of a particular place is actually entwined into the modern government structure. Yeah, it's pretty serious over there. So you do not disrespect the culture when you go to New Zealand. And there's a whole list of rules you need to follow, because when I tell you the Maori people have a connection to that land and to the water and to the elements around them, that is it's, I don't want to say it's untouchable. It's unyielding. It's a connection that goes beyond what we hear on the internet or what we hear in modern times really understand. There are very few things that people believe in anymore that are to the level that the Maori people believe and have absolute faith in their culture. It's impressive and it's inspiring, so much so. Alien Weaponry, new song. Moko, Toi, Moko, and Mokai are the preserved heads of Maori. During the 1800s, they were taken and traded as trophies. I'm assuming it's, wow. So these specific, I'm assuming they're preserved heads of, are they like ancestral leaders? And they were taken as trophies in the 1800s. Today, their families are still fighting to have their ancestors returned to them where they belong. Whoa. Okay. So, let me break this down for you. Okay. So, in Egypt, French colonialists and the English colonialists raided the tombs of the pharaohs and the pyramids and the burial structures of ancient Egypt, and pretty much took a lot of that out and brought it to the British Museum of Antiquities and the French museums. Now, a lot of that stuff is now protected and kept in the Museum of Cairo as part of the Egyptian cultural heritage, and the government protects it. But for over 300 years, it was looted and pillaged, and those ancestral ancient relics and cultural artifacts still exist outside of Egypt. And the difference is that ancient Egypt as a culture is now superseded by the Muslim religion and modern governments and things where the belief in those things, the Osirian legacy or the ancient Egyptian religions, aren't as important to modern day Egyptian culture. So the fact that certain ancient Egyptian relics and even the bodies of pharaoh gods being in England or being in France or in different museums around the world aren't as important to the current inhabitants of Egypt. It's exactly what happened in the 1800s to the Maori people. Here's the thing. The people that are the Maori of New Zealand still believe the same way they did when that culture was ancient. So it is important to them. And if you're one of those bastards that's holding one of these things, you need to give it back, damn it. I'm just saying. It's important. It's important, okay? All right, so let's check this out together. Other than what I just read, it's hard for me to explain. Every time that Alien Weaponry puts out a new album, or I see a television program or a documentary about the Maori people, it inspires me, and then at the same time it kind of angers me a little bit, because you're inspired by how much these people really still hold these beliefs so true to themselves, and how those beliefs are sometimes just cast aside. It's never important if it's not important to you, right? All right, here we go. I think I've talked for a whole 6 minutes about something that I'm not living, but I recognize it. All right, here we go. Moko from Alien Weaponry, 3 minutes and 56 seconds. Do yourself a favor. If you're as confused as I am about all this stuff, there's a lot of really good documentaries, and there's a lot of written stuff. And check out Alien Weaponry's channels, their social media. They keep up to date with a lot of this stuff, and they're doing great work for their people. Sorry. Oh, did I mention they're a kick-ass metal band too? Oh yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, so yeah. True, honorable Maori culture and a kick-ass metal band. So there you go. They're so damn kick-ass. And I haven't had a chance to see them live. And that's what really pisses me off, is that everyone that I've talked to that has seen this band live, they're like, dude, they are so good live. And I'm like, Thanks, dick. Also, speaking of being a dick, you guys do realize that by taking away those preserved heads of ancestry, there's a very good chance that I don't know much about the Maori religion, but just based upon every ancient culture and religion, if you take it, more than likely the soul of that person is probably caught in some horrible afterlife situation, and you probably curse the family, and then bad things happen, and right? I mean, hell, you can't even take a rock from the island. I mean, like, there's a special mineral that only exists in New Zealand, and the Maori people, it has like a core spiritual energy connection to the people. If you take the rock, you could hurt people. I know a lot of you don't get all that, and I don't really understand it, and part of it is, but at least I know, just respect other people's things is what I'm saying. Yeah, right? You know, I wouldn't come to your house and you can't come to my house and mess with my gumbo pot. No, we're fighting, okay? And for the Maori people, that stuff is way more important than a gumbo pot. A lot more. Yeah, let's just keep it real. Subscribe to Alien Weaponry. If all of the different stories they have told us about this amazing culture intrigue you, and a lot of their work, a lot of their videos do encompass the Maori culture, please check them out. Also, bands like Shepherd's Reign from Samoa. They're also based out of Auckland, New Zealand, which is the closest major global city to their island. They're keeping Samoan culture alive. It's very, very important that as we reflect on bands like Bloodywood, bands like the Wagaki Band, and all these other bands like Wardruna, and these different bands that give us a glimpse, give us a way to look back into the past, to show us all where we come from. All of these bands have something very similar. Reverence. Reverence for the things that are important to the soul. And that's what Alien Weaponry does. So, my name is OldSkuleNerd. I'm just a stupid reactor guy with a beard and a funny looking t-shirt on YouTube. But because of bands like Alien Weaponry and Shepherd's Reign and Wardruna and Bloodywood and Wagaki and these different bands, there's more to the story of people than just kick-ass guitars and drums. Granted, it is awesome. Their music is awesome. But the warnings, the prayers, and the stories that they tell are sometimes more important. And this is one of those cases. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you enjoyed this video, give us a like. It really helps the channel grow. Also, if you want to subscribe, right over there. A big thank you to all my Patreons out there for everything you do. And if you want more content like this, check them out above. Remember, love one another, take care of each other. We're all stuck on this smoke ball together. We'll see you later.